Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is a video that I've wanted to make for some time, and I know that with the VA WRX platform, when you're in stock form, one of the things that you deal with is rev hang. And I wanted to talk about something that everyone seems to be alluding to on the VB WRX, but they isn't really talking about it because, I don't know, we're just not getting into it as a community. So I wanted to fully discuss it. So the discussion point really is, does the VB WRX have rev hang, and if not, what does it have? And I think there is a problem that bothers the living crap out of me. But so the short answer, the VB WRX does not have rev hang. The Subaru has really corrected that. I mean, every car in stock form without specific tuning is going to have some form of minute rev hang, but for the most part, this does not have the first gear rev hang that the VA WRX, which is the 15 to 21 WRX, had. That was just like awful. Like, that was awful. But the VB WRX does have a problem with its first gear, which honestly, in my opinion, might actually be far worse than having rev hang. And let's talk about it. For those of you that don't know what rev hang is, or haven't had the rev hang experience, rev hang was when you shifted from first to second gear on the VA WRX, and that the car would continue to keep your the RPM of your engine high. It wouldn't drop it as fast, and it would hang high. And essentially you'd get a massive jerk, or you'd have to basically sit and wait between shifts because you needed the RPM to drop. So it would literally hang, and there wasn't really anything you could do other than get a tune which remapped the way the car reacted, and then you'd have the same drop between shifts to allow you to shift in a logical way without having a jerk in your car or letting there be a period that was sitting between between shifts where you would take a half-second delay to let the revolutions drop, which just made it a weird experience. The VB WRX is something that's far worse, in my opinion, because you can deal with that. The VB WRX has a complete lack of power in first gear, and it's something that's actually, over time, bothered me more and more with this car because I'm having a very hard time in a daily driving setting enjoying the car, because I can't really enjoy higher power levels until I'm at second or third gear, which in this car is absolutely fantastic. Second and third gear with this car is wonderful. I have absolutely no complaints. But with first gear, it's almost like something that you have to get out of to have fun with the car, which I think inherently in and of itself is a problem. I think that the car struggles in first gear, and it's not fun. Now guys, I'm not trying to complain about the car, so all of you keyboard heroes that are out saying, oh, you hate the car, I've been driving WRXs for the latter half of most of my adult life, and I love this platform, I love this car, it's not going away, but this is a problem. It does exist. It is something that, some of you guys are talking about. Yeah, it's there. Very much exists, and I think it's one of the top reasons I'm looking forward to tuning my car to try to get a little bit more power and torque out of the first gear, because it's miserable. I find myself shifting out of first as soon as possible, which I know is what you're supposed to do all the time, and you're not supposed to pull in first. I just don't understand how the WRX is achieving healthy 0 to 60 numbers or acceleration numbers while in first gear. I get it. Second gear roll, this car is awesome. It rips, right? You don't have to deal with this deadband of power. But I just don't understand how Subaru is even making the numbers that they are suggesting in their reporting for 0 to 60, because first gear is just so dead. Unless you absolutely abuse the transmission, which maybe is just what you need to do. You just need to spike first gear, and it's just an object of who can get out of and shift through first gear as fast and efficiently as possible. So is there any purpose to this video? No, but it's really to talk about the difference between the two cars, because I think both the VA and the VB had their problems, and I know a lot of people were buying the VB because they're like, I've heard it before. Like, they're like, I'm avoiding rev hang, you know what I mean? Like, well, kind of not really, it's got its own problems. But look, I'm in a situation right now. I'm in first gear. I gotta turn this corner because it's raining. We'll have to wait for a second. Hold on, give me a second. It's wet out, It just rained. It's gonna be sunny, but we're just gonna do it because it makes sense to do it here. Let's give it some gas. See there, you see the jump in the shift there. You start engaging in the power. Like, I mean, I got to like 23, 24 miles an hour before I really went through the shift, which again, that's I mean, I don't want to say I'm abusing first gear, but I shouldn't be doing that, right? I mean, it should be either a better ratioed gear, or I shouldn't have to sit through the first 5 miles an hour of like, okay, let's ramp up, which I understand. Everyone's gonna be like, it's a turbocharged car, right? It's a small bearing turbo. We're beyond that. Technology doesn't need spool up times. Theoretically, they do. I mean, turbos have to spool, but you should be spooling the second you've got increased combustion in your car, which is what's making you go forward. Once pressure is building up, these, again, small bearing turbos, they spool very, very fast, especially in the new VB WRX. But that's it. I'm going to leave it. The clouds just parted and the sun's coming out, so you're not going to be able to see me anymore. Just a quick video midweek between modifications, because if you guys haven't already noticed, we're popping out modification videos basically every week through the entire summer. I know only a few have come out, but got them all otherwise scheduled. And one of the reasons we are in the car for this video, because I just don't want to show you the exterior of the car, because I don't want you guys to get a head start on what's on my car. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's install something on the exterior car, or just whatever I'm doing in the next video. I'll see you guys there.